After 2 days of reading comments, looking at the numbers, deciphering what is really going on with AMC, I have finally come to a new conclusion. That the price target that I put on AMC was so low in fact, that the ceiling, the roof for AMC is so high that my small brain could not even comprehend what is going on here with AMC. The AMC stock is setting up for a massive short squeeze. I've been schooled. I've been taught. I've learned all these things because of the comments here on YouTube. And we're going to go through and we're going to read the comments and we're going to look at the actual facts. The facts coming from the comment section. People dropping knowledge. So much knowledge being dropped in my comment section that I think that maybe I should just quit YouTube forever. Or actually, I should just make videos and then let people comment the facts. And then I just read those comments back to you guys. We're going to take a look at the comments and talk more about AMC right here in this video. So make sure you stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Patrick here. And well, today we're doing something a little bit different. You know, in the past, I would make videos. People would comment on them. They would normally agree with me. But recently, I made a video talking about AMC, and there were a lot of very angry people. I almost to the point that I just wanted to hide in my bedroom all weekend and under the blankets and not come outside because I was so afraid that somebody might see me after all the hate that I got. Well, there's an article on Forbes that came out, I think, on Friday as well, talking about AMC stock setting up for a massive short squeeze. When you Google AMC, the topic of discussion across the board is short squeeze. It's happening. It's becoming the worldwide phenomenon. AMC going to make people who are poor, make them millionaires overnight. Have you guys heard about this? Are you guys on the same level as the people commenting on my videos? So we'll just go through it and we'll talk about the knowledge that is being spread here on these comments, in these comments here. So the first comment of the day, this one I really like. It says, this guy has no clue. The squeeze is not even started yet. He has hedge fund on his forehead. Well, I forgot to clean the hedge fund off of my forehead, I guess. Clear, like number one, nobody paid me to make a video about AMC talking about the float between, the difference between the float in GameStop and the float between AMC. If anyone out there, if there's any hedge funds or anyone out there wants to pay me like a lot of money to make videos talking about like literally information, you know, that's public information for everyone, talking about the float size on AMC versus GameStop, you can send me all the money that you want. I will make these videos all you want. I will make videos every single day talking about the float size on GameStop and AMC. And my starting bid starts at $10,000 per minute per video. So this last video is 11 minutes. And well, if I hypothetically got paid by hedge funds to make that video at $10,000 per minute, I would have made $100,000. I think that's a pretty good risk to return on that video. And it's funny because like in the video, the AMC video that I made, I talked about how, you know, I wasn't saying that AMC could not go higher, but I just wasn't sure that AMC would go to $500, $300, or even $5,000 or $100,000. I think someone said out there's videos on YouTube talking about how AMC is going to go to $500,000. You know, I'm all for people getting rich. Like at the end of the day, like I want everyone to get rich. You know, I want to get rich. You guys want to get rich. I'm all about everybody getting rich. But at some point, like we gotta ask ourselves, is $500,000 a realistic target? Like, are we being realistic here, people? $500,000. I mean, hey, I'm not gonna doubt it anymore. Like, we live in a world that's just so insane that maybe it's possible. Maybe like I said, you know, my mind is too small to really comprehend what is going on here. But let's just break down what's going on here. So there's a comment right now. It says that my facts are not the facts. Number one, I did not mention the fact that the price action was from retail only. I don't really know what that means. From retail only. Only retail is buying AMC. Isn't like most trading retail, but then obviously you have like institutional and, you know, investing and stuff like that as well. But I guess, okay. I did not mention the fact that hedge funds had not started covering. Okay, I mean, the thing is, like, nobody really know. Like, you guys, you say that you don't think that hedge funds started to cover, but like, I'm not sure everybody like has all the inside information about that. Like, I don't think everybody, knows for sure what the hedge funds are doing. A lot of comments about having diamond hands. I'm all for, holding strong, being long and all that, but at a certain point, someone's got to sell, right? Someone's got to take profit. So if AMC does go to $500,000, who's going to buy the stock at $500,000? Hopefully not my grandma. That would seem like very expensive stock to buy at $500,000. But hey, we've seen crazier things happen. This guy here said that he's never watched a more dumb YouTube video. I said so many wrong things. He can't breathe from laughing so hard. Well, I talked about the float, and I talked about the squeeze. I talked about the float, the supply, the demand. The supply and demand obviously is a huge factor when it comes down to having a massive short squeeze. A stock that has a very small float has much more potential to have a massive short squeeze compared to a stock with 420 million shares in the float. So you have to understand the difference between a low float stock and a massive float stock like AMC. Now, does that mean that AMC can't go to $80? No. Does that mean that AMC can't go to $1,000? No. But does that mean it's going to go to $100,000? It's questionable, to say the least. This guy, everyone is saying that $100,000 is the minimum. At least. They're holding to at least $100,000. That's amazing. Like I said, if this actually happens, if AMC goes to $100,000, I'm going to be jumping for joy. I'll be clapping for everybody, Like, honestly, at this point, on Monday, Monday's market's closed, but on Tuesday, I might just go buy some $100,000 calls. I don't know what I could even pay for those, but 100,000 calls, I'm buying them because I have that much faith in the comments section. Or maybe just if I buy $100 calls and then the $100 calls, I get cashed out at 100,000, that would be, really good profit for me, like 900. And so honestly, I might go buy some calls on Tuesday if this 100,000 price target is real. I'm maybe convinced here. Okay. Another comment, fundamentals went out of the window when hedge funds shorted the stock and created synthetic shares to take people hard-earned money. I don't think it's about people taking people's hard-earned money. I think it's Wall Street, man. It's investing. There's no emotion. There's not about, mommy, daddy who winning, sad emotion, people losing hard-earned money. It's just the fact that people come to Wall Street, you place your bet, your investment. If the investment goes up, you make money. If it goes down, you lose money. And that's just what it comes down to. Somebody else talked about how AMC slapped short sellers with a $1.3 billion loss. The thing too, guys, is like people I think are like kind of confused. Like they think that like it's only bad people short selling, like only hedge funds short sell, only the worst people in the world short sell. But there are people out there, just normal everyday people who could have bought puts on AMC, maybe some dentist or a teacher at a local school who thought that the price of AMC was too high, and he bought puts and he lost money. So it's not that, the only people losing money here are bad hedge funds. There's, everyday people as well that are probably buying puts because they just logically they look at it like, hey, the stock has went up huge and maybe I'll buy some puts. That's logical. It's not about the emotion of being mad at somebody for buying puts or not, because at the end of the day, bears and bulls make money. And I think there's just a lot of emotion attached to this idea of AMC going to $500,000. So I don't know. So, okay, here's a pretty good comment. They said that I'm following the fundamentals, but I clearly don't understand them. You don't understand what this pullback in price is. You don't understand the technicals of what is happening to the stock. There's more variables at play here. AMC looks better than GameStop. And while I agree that Wall Street more likely than learned their lesson, their positions were in place at AMC prior to the GameStop debacle. Basically, they've already overextended themselves before facing any apes. These are still mistakes of yesterday that are being capitalized on. They're doubling down over and over in hopes to patch a sinking ship. There's no room for them to apply any lessons learned from GameStop towards AMC because these two stock situations have been developing in tandem. I think there's like that was a little bit of like an emotional response, in terms of like the hedge funds we're going to destroy the hedge funds. We're going to take them down. They've been building this ship for so long, and now they're trying to patch the holes. He asked me, have I been contacted by any of these entities? Like I said, nobody has paid me to make a video about AMC. I wish they would. I would make a video. If somebody wants to pay me, you know, $10,000 to make a video talking about how AMC is going to go to $100,000, I'm open to it. You know, I'm into it. If someone wants to make me a video of AMC going down, well, I'm going to talk about the float either way. You know, the float, baby, the float. This guy here said that I'm giving a lot of wrong information on purpose. There's a reason why this video has more dislikes than likes. In general, I don't know if I would say that, you know, the reason that my video is invalid, that my video is wrong because of the dislike to like ratio, but it's interesting. So what I've been reading about a lot, number one, from the comments and these educated traders and investors here on YouTube is, number one, the biggest thing that I was wrong about was the short squeeze has not even begun yet, that AMC is just beginning. This is just the beginning of this. Number two, the hedge funds are paying people like me, which I learned about this, but I just didn't know. I don't know where you go to sign up to be paid at. Is there like a hedgefund.com job description kind of website where you go and sign up to be a hedge fund person, talking for hedge funds? I don't know where that is, but I'm looking for it. Three here, the thing that I've learned is that there's synthetic shares. There's so many synthetic shares that it's going to be insanity when they have to cover those synthetic shares. Someone talked about how that was because of an algorithm that just went crazy, went haywire, that the hedge funds are so far underwater here, they're never going to be able to get out, and the price is going to go to $500,000, which is kind of interesting because if you have a 400 million shares in the float and the price of the stock is $500,000, like what is the market cap on that? AMC, the market cap on AMC is going to be larger than the entire market itself. That's what's going to be beautiful here. I'm excited. I might just at least buy one share of AMC. If it does go to $500,000, well, then I'm at least going to make some serious cash, and I might be able to buy a big boat and maybe a jet as well if I buy 10 shares. So the $500,000 target, I'm all about it. Let's go. Like I said, on Tuesday, I'll be buying calls. I'm going to be buying calls, $100 calls, because at that point, like, who cares? If the stock's going to $500,000, then what's the difference between $100 calls and $50 calls? Really, you know, let's be honest here. Also, let's talk about the idea that the squeeze, like I said, that the big comment about the squeeze has not even started yet. Guys, the stock went up 100% in over a week. I would say there's a bit of a squeeze to that. You know, maybe the hedge funds, quote unquote, the devil hedge funds have not started covering just yet. But I'm thinking that there's some type of squeeze happening here. That's why the stock price has been squeezing so much. Is that to say that this is the top of the squeeze? No. And I said that in the video as well. For anyone who's confused, I talked about that in the video as well, saying that, you know, there's always a possibility that the stock could go higher. But, you know, $1,000 just seems a little unrealistic. $500,000 seems very unrealistic. But hey, like I said, I'm here for you guys. I want to see everybody in the comments become millionaires, because if you all become millionaires, maybe you might be able to learn, you know, leave a couple tips for me on my next video and help me get out there. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see either way. Like at this point, I'm excited to see what happens with AMC if it goes to $500,000. Like I said, I'm either way. Tuesday morning, baby, I'm buying those $100 calls because I want to be a part of this movement, the ape movement. I'm coming over, boys. Like I said in the video, I wasn't short or long, but now I've been convinced after reading 500 comments about how wrong I am going to finally come over to the other side. Or, well, I really wasn't on a side, but I'm on a side now, and that side is going long, baby. Tuesday morning, those $100 calls, I'm not going to be able to buy them fast enough because it's going to get that crazy. So if you guys haven't already, do me one big favor, hit that like button. You're going to want to follow along and see what happens here with AMC over the next few weeks and months, because it's going to the moon. If you're not in on it now, you've already missed out, because it's going to go so much higher. But, well, you have time to get in on it on possibly Tuesday if you know there's opportunity. So think about it. And like always, this is not financial advice by any means. And number one, I'm not being paid by any hedge funds to make a video about buying calls now. Or maybe I am. So many questions, so little time. I will talk to you guys later on.